They know you guys will write something bad about him, probably. Would you turn the thing on, please? I gotta go. Sorry, I'm a little excited this week. Did I miss y'all? No. Good morning.
Doug, when Deshaun injured his groin abdomen area, was surgery an option?
I'm just gonna make probably about the third statement here on this.
Yeah, you released him last week, and we haven't talked to you since.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm going to make this statement for about the third time. So in Deshaun's case, listen, there has been a lot of discussion with Deshaun from the moment, he came out of the Falcons game to the decision to play in the Bears game to surgery. And there's a lot. I mean, we talk a lot with the player. We talk a lot with our medical staff. We even talk to, external sources, third party people that have, expertise in this area. I'm not the doctor, so nor did I look at MRIs or X-rays or any of that. So, and Deshaun busted his tail electively to try to get it fixed himself, to try to rehab and come back. And he busted his tail. He was cleared to play. He felt good. For me as the coach, I listen to the player. I listen to what his body is telling him, right? And everything was a go. And then he felt something in the game. We pulled him out, as I said, after the game for precautionary reasons. We had it checked again, and then we went down the road of surgery, which again, a lot of communication with him. The player, again, it's elective by the player. We support this decision. We support Deshaun. He wants to be out there with his teammates. It's unfortunate that this happened, but it did. Injuries are a part of this game. Reoccurrence of injuries are a part of this game. We all know that. So, with that being said, that's where we're at.
But whose decision was it not to have surgery?
Deshaun's.
Deshaun. Ultimately, leave it up to the
Ultimately,
player,
it's the
right?
player. Yeah. Now, I mean, and again, I can recommend, right? But the player has to make that decision ultimately. Yeah.
Brandon Brooks signed the new deal. Just talk about that and what that means to the team and to him.
Yeah. Gosh, this guy, since the day he walked in the doors, he's been nothing but a pro. Been a great teammate. I'm obviously thrilled to have him, a part of the Eagles family for a while. He battled through that injury, this offseason, got himself ready to play. I mean, just shows the character of Brandon, the type of person he is, the type of player he is. And I'm just so excited for he and his family, and just solidifies our offensive line moving forward.
How's the Super Bowl used this week? Is it?
Doug, Alshon left the game last week early. I'm just curious how he's doing. If the week off helped him.
Yeah, it helped him. He's still sore. Obviously, a lot of guys are still sore, but it helped him. And we'll see. He's kind of day to day right now.
How's the?
Carson Peters have his knee scoped?
Did he?
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
And when do you expect him to?
He should be out there today. He should be out there today in practice. So I fully expect him to. He'll practice today, and obviously we'll see where he's at the end of the week. But he had that done to take care of that.
Anyone else coming back this week? Nigel, cre'von?
Nigel will get out there, probably not so in practice, but he'll run, on land. Obviously, he is feeling better. So again, optimistic that there's a chance for this game. cre'von is still working.
How's the Super Bowl used this week? Is it a resource for game prep, a source of motivation, something you try to avoid altogether?
We look at a lot of film. So, we've got a lot of games on this football team, as we do every team. So there's a lot of film being watched.
Doug,
Is it something you bring up with the team, like outside of simply game prep?
It has no bearing on this football game.
Right, but you have to watch it. So are you taking an analytic, sober approach, or do you use it kind of?
I think this. We're a different team. They're a different team from then. So, their defense is different today than it was then. The offense is different. Personnel's different. And so it's you know, it's something that's part of our cut-ups, but it's not something that's a focal point at all going into this game.
Doug, as you guys come back here from the bye and you get a sense just everyone's focused, in particular with Carson Wentz, you know, he's gearing up to try to make his first real playoff run and play in his first playoff game. Do you get a sense just how badly he wants his coming back from the bye, refreshed, rejuvenated?
Yeah, you know, I don't. He wants every game badly. I mean, it's not that he's, you know, we've got a lot of football ahead of us. Obviously, you know, 7 games, none bigger than obviously this one on Sunday, and you know, he's doing everything in his power to help this team win. And he doesn't look down the road. He doesn't look in his rearview mirror where he's, you know, other than where he's come from physically and how he's put himself in a position to, you know, to help this football team this year. And that's really all he's focused on, you know, and really all of us are focused on that, just one game at a time, you know, one opportunity at a time. And we don't look any further, you know, down the road than that.
Doug, as a former quarterback, when you look at Tom, and it's been 2 decades basically, and they've shifted a lot. They've won a lot of different ways. What can you point to 1 or 2 things that make him what he's been?
You know, I tell you, it's just you're kind of in awe, obviously, of his play and where he is in his career and how he's, you know, got himself physically and mentally, really, to play every season and every play of every game. And, you know, and the things that you're really not going to show him anything he hasn't seen, you know, from a schematic standpoint. He's smart. He knows exactly where to go with the football. He can direct his offense and get guys in position to be successful. And, you know, he does a great job with the football and protecting it. And it's hard to get to him. Number one, he gets the ball out extremely fast, and it's just really impressive to watch, you know, where he is in his career and the age and all of that. And as a former quarterback, to sit back and kind of watch him play has been really impressive for me.
Doug, do you anticipate Fletcher Cox getting a lot of attention? Belichick likes to take away one of the stuff you do best, and if so, how do you offset that?
Well, I mean, you know, I think every week teams try to scheme for players, you know, and try to take guys away, you know, if they can. And Fletcher's one of those guys. And, you know, if that's the case, then 10 other guys have got to step up and do their job and do their assignments and what they're coached this week to do to counteract that. And you know, Fletcher's been playing well, getting stronger. And, you know, if that's the case, then I would just say that the other 10 need to step up and do their jobs.
To this point, we haven't really seen Alshon have the productivity we've seen from him previously. How much of that do you think is the injury, and if it's not that, what's been his issues this year?
Well, I think you know, with you know, having Dallas a little more involved in the offense, the ball gets spread around a little bit more. The times that we have gone to Alshon, he's made plays, you know, and you know, his value to the offense has been very good. You know, the ball's going to find the open guy, and you know, sometimes he's the primary, sometimes he's not. He might be the secondary or the third guy in the progression, and you know, he's a guy that's very he gives of himself to the team, and that's who Alshon is. He doesn't gripe or complain, and you know, he does battle through injury. You know, he's battled through it his whole career. He's battled, you know, through it here, and he's a tough kid, but you know, we continue to game plan. We game plan for him, you know, every week. And again, it's my job to try to dial up as many plays as I can for him.
The last time we spoke to you, Doug, you said you were going to go back and look at ways for more offensive consistency, especially in the passing game. What did the bye week show you when you watched the film?
How can I say this?
Honestly.
I will. You know, obviously I'm not going to reveal everything, right here in front of you. Maybe that's our discussion Friday. But, there are some things that we can do a better job at. One, we can coach better, and two, we can play better. But I do know that some of the things that stood out positively was in our 5 wins, we took care of the football. We reduced penalties. We created some turnovers, things like that stood out. Obviously third down and red zone have been good. So, but we can get better, and we can improve each week.
Do you agree with the assessment that Bill Belichick takes away your best thing on offense?
Do I agree with that?
Is that true? Is that?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Just go watch the Kansas City game last year, the AFC Championship game. Guy wears number 10 for Kansas City. Go watch him. Now, he made some plays in the game, but, go back and watch, go back and watch Detroit against us this year. Same style of defense. I mean, so it's a real thing. It's a real thing. And that's what makes his defenses tough to play against, because what it does then, it goes back to the Fletcher Cox question. The other 10 guys have got to step up and play. If he's going to try to take Zach away or Nelly or Alshon or whoever it might be, then the other 10 guys, or at least those skill guys, have got to, they got to step up and play and make plays, for the offense or defense. So we know that going into it, and we'll be prepared for it.
What is the head game like during the week, trying to figure out what it is that you think he will try to take away?
Well, I mean, we know our team, we know our roster, we kind of know who our guys are, so it probably doesn't take too much energy and, thinking to know who the guys are, offensively. So we'll have a pretty good idea.
Jim Schwartz talked a little bit about the Super Bowl and what happened in that game. They didn't even punt that entire game, and Tom was able to take advantage of it. I don't know how much you looked at it, and how much what did you make of what happened in that game? And I know it's obviously over 18 months since it, but what could carry over in terms of how Jim approaches Tom and that offense?
I mean, obviously, again, when you're talking about Tom Brady and their offense, very efficient. They don't make mistakes. It's rare that they turn the ball over, pre-snap penalties, all that kind of stuff. They're very efficient that way, and the ball is typically going in the right spot with them. And that starts with Tom and they, thinking back, I mean, they created matchups with their running backs. Of course, they had Gronk, and they had 3 receivers that were pretty good. And so again, it goes back to their roster is different today. Ours is different today than it was back then. And we just have to execute the scheme. Quite honestly, whatever the game plan is this week, all 11 guys, all 3 phases, just have to do their job. We talk about it every week, we got to do it again this week.
Stands out in a way that defenses have evolved in a way that they defense Wentz, and since he came into the league. I mean, is there a trend that you've noticed in a way that defenses have evolved against your offense and Wentz in particular, and what are the ways to kind of work around?
I think one of the ways that teams have, especially with mobile guys, is there's usually a spy, someone that's kind of key in the quarterback. We'll do that with our defense from time to time with mobile guys. I mean, that's obviously a factor. The type of blitzes that teams, if they want to flush the core, he's right-handed quarterback, so a lot of times they don't want to let you escape to your hand side or to the right, so they might pressure you to the back side, or you got to factor in maybe Andre Dillard being a rookie left tackle, maybe there's pressure there that affects the quarterback, or pressure up the middle. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that they can affect your quarterback and particularly Carson. But one of the things that he's great at, and what he's done a really good job this year of, is just getting the ball out, understanding our offense better, spreading the ball around, and then our ability to run the football to sort of offset some of that has really helped us.
Thanks, Doug.
Thanks, guys.